Okay, so we're going to do absolute value inequalities, but first we're going to start with equations. So we'll talk about absolute value and the equations. Absolute value, so just as a review, if you have the absolute value of 5, that equals 5. It's the distance, how many units away from 0 you are. And if you're 5 units, if you're at 5, you're 5 units away, right? Okay, but so I could draw that on a number line. Here's 0, here's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so this is how many steps, I guess, away from 0 you are. But if I take the absolute value of -5, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here, -5, I'm still 5 steps away from 0. And it's just a different direction. So this is equal to 5. So it has to do with that value, how far away from 0 you are when you're taking the absolute value. It's like if you said, well, my friend lives 5 miles from campus towards 29 Palms, and my other friend lives 5 miles from campus towards Yucca Valley. They're still both 5 miles away. It's just 2 different directions, okay? So when we talk about absolute value, that's what we're talking about. A lot of times students just think, oh, it makes it positive. Well, it makes what's inside positive, but there can be other things around it. And so anyway, that's what absolute value is. So now we're going to talk about an absolute value equation. So let's say we have the absolute value of, I'll use, x is equal to 6, okay? Well, x could be 6 then. That is true. That would make the statement true. But also, x could be equal to -6. So I always put the negative case on the left-hand side. So I get 2 solutions for this equation. I get a solution of -6, and I get a solution of 6, okay? Now, a lot of books will put those 2 solutions in what we call set notation. So it would look like this. It's not interval notation. It just says there are 2 answers here. -6 is one answer, and 6 is the other answer, okay? So you could have a -6 if you plug that in for x, true statement, or you could have 6 and plug that in for x, and it'd still be a true statement. So when we're doing absolute value, you always have to consider the positive case and the negative case. All right, so now we have a few examples. The first one's okay. It says the absolute value of x equals 2. Don't let that scare you when I say things like that. So x could equal 2. That will be true. Or x could equal -2. And so the actual solution, it would be, if I put it in set notation, -2 and 2. Now, sometimes books will just put x equals -2 or x equals 2. A lot of textbooks, though, do use the set notation. Okay. Now, don't let B confuse you. It says the absolute value of y is equal to -4. Well, can I put anything in? Can I put any number in? Oops. Can I put any number in here and get a -4? No, there's no solution here. So we write no solution. I think this textbook likes to write no solution. I like to use the empty set, so I write it that way. But you can write no solution, that's fine. Okay, because you couldn't put in 4, that won't work. The absolute value of 4 is 4. Can't put in -4 because the absolute value of -4 is still 4. So we don't get a solution here. Yeah. So don't let them fool you. If it's an absolute value, it can equal a negative number. Okay. All right. Now, absolute value of z equals 0. Well, z could be 0. Could be z be equal to -0? No, we don't really have a -0. -0, that is just 0. 0 is not positive or negative. It's neutral. Okay, so you only get 1 solution in that case. So some of our examples, we were getting 2 solutions. In part B, we got no solution. And in this one, we just get 1 solution. You can put it in set notation. I like it in set notation. Or they might just say the answer is 0, something like that. Okay, I think that's it for this one.